For thousands of years, Jews around the world have celebrated Rosh Hashanah, which means head of the year in Hebrew. It's a 2-day celebration beginning on the first day of Tishrei, the 7th month in the Hebrew calendar. In the modern calendar, it falls between September and October. So why does a new year start on the 7th Hebrew month? Well, because God said so. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have a holy convocation. According to the Bible, this day marks the anniversary of God's creation of earth. God summoned Moses to Mount Sinai and instructed him to keep the day holy. 3,000 years ago, the holiday probably wasn't called Rosh Hashanah, because those words aren't mentioned in the book of Exodus. Originally, it was just celebrated on the first day of Tishrei. In biblical times, months began when the first sliver of the new moon was visible. The Sanhedrin, or Supreme Council, would send messengers to tell people that the new month had begun, but sometimes the message arrived a day late, after the time of celebration had passed. By the 12th century, Rosh Hashanah was permanently extended to 2 days, ensuring that all had a chance to participate. Those 2 days are considered one long day. As in biblical times, Rosh Hashanah marks the beginning of the 10 Jewish high holy days that end with the Yom Kippur. It's a period of deep introspection and repentance. The devoted spend the first evening and the morning after in temple. Work is not permitted. Throughout the services, a shofar or ram's horn is sounded, alerting worshipers to God's judgment. Worshipers may practice tashlik, emptying their pockets into a body of water, symbolically casting off their sins. And as with most holidays, food plays a delicious role in Rosh Hashanah. On the first night, apples dipped in honey represent a sweet new year. Round challah bread is served, a symbol of both the circle of life and the crown of God's kingship. But most importantly, Rosh Hashanah is a time of spiritual reawakening. If the devoted truly repents for sins committed during the past year and promises to do better in the new year, perhaps, just perhaps, God will record the faithful in the book of life. The reward is another year on earth. Rosh Hashanah is even celebrated by non-practicing Jews. For them, it's a time to embrace their heritage, when friends and family gather, count their blessings, enjoy a fine meal, and wish one another Lashana Tovah, a good year.
What is Yom Kippur? Yom Kippur is the Jewish Day of Atonement. It's considered the most sacred day of the Jewish calendar, falling at the end of the 10 days of awe, which began with Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. Like all Jewish holidays, Yom Kippur begins at sundown, and for the following 25 hours, Jews are expected to refrain from eating, drinking, wearing perfume or lotions, wearing leather shoes, and being sexually intimate. Where possible, the day is usually spent praying in the synagogue. There's a tradition that Jews should wear all white garments on this holiday, both because the color white symbolizes purity and because white is understood to reference angelic beings, and on Yom Kippur, the Jewish people are considered to be closer to angels than they are at any other point during the year. The prayers on Yom Kippur center around pleas for forgiveness, mercy, and understanding. The holiday also includes confessions of sins on behalf of the entire community, with the hope that the people, both individually and collectively, can begin the new year with a clean slate, forgiven of all past wrongdoings, misdeeds, and sins. In advance of the holiday, Jewish people are supposed to approach anyone they've hurt during the past year and ask for forgiveness, as it's believed to be more difficult to gain forgiveness for sins committed against God until we have gained forgiveness for sins committed against our neighbors. At the end of the Yom Kippur service, the shofar, or ram's horn, is blown, signaling the end of this high holy day. People usually congregate that evening for a festive meal, which formally breaks the fast.
High security measures were taken in Jerusalem during the Feast of Sukkot, which ended on October 5th. Also known as Feast of Booths or Feast of Tabernacles, Sukkot is one of 3 pilgrimage festivals that are linked to a pilgrimage. In ancient times, people used to visit the temple in Jerusalem to offer sacrificial gifts. This is a particularly joyful feast. It combines religious themes and agricultural elements. Sukkot originates in the Torah, and it commemorates the booths in which the Israelites lived during their life in the desert after the Exodus from Egypt. The hut or booth is a temporary home, and it is seen in all cities in Israel, in homes and in shopping malls. As per tradition, the roof is made from tree branches, like palm fronds, through which one must be able to see the sky while maintaining a prevailing shadow effect inside the booth. The first and last days are particularly festive, but it is on a special morning during this week that the blessing of the rabbis of Israel takes place. This is a significant experience. Every corner giving access to the wall is filled with people. Everyone is there to receive the blessing. As established by the Torah, there were 4 types of trees used in the ritual blessings on each day of the festivities: palm fronds, willow, myrtle, and cedar. A simple explanation for this is that the 4 plant species represent the variety of characteristics of men and nature, which allow each man and each tree to possess their own qualities. For this reason, we must thank God. Sukkot is also known as Harvest Festival, celebrated in autumn after the summer harvest and before the planting of winter crops. One of the main prayer themes is the rain. The farmers thank God for the harvest, and they pray to have a year of rain.